want to get to know me a little bit more. I've been sending out regular newsletters and promotions on what we're doing. I'm going to start doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do a little bit of a video segment in the newsletters. I hope all this information helps you, and it helps take you to the next level, and it helps you take your athletes to the next level. If you ever have any questions, just respond to these emails and go ahead and ask me. So today I want to talk a little bit about some speed training. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of great athletes, and one thing all of them had in common was the fact that they were all fast. They've all gotten fast. They were already fast, or they got faster once they really started to train with me. And I use a pretty basic program to help with speed. A lot of track stuff involved that really helps take their speed to the next level. A little bit about me: I had the opportunity to work at Velocity Sports Performance when it was open in Canton, Michigan, and I was able to learn a ton there. Velocity was behind, or Lauren Seagrave was behind the Velocity model. Lauren Seagrave is a world-renowned track coach. He now works at IMG. He works with their track and field, their sprinters, and he's also a big part of the NFL Combine training. So that's kind of a little bit about where I got all my knowledge from about the speed and how it makes a difference in all my athletes, and some of the things that I do to really help take them to the next level. So talking about speed a little bit. Speed can be trained. There's always been a myth about speed being genetics. Yeah, there's a lot of genetics involved in speed, but everybody can get faster. Speed is a skill. So a few things that really help increase speed. Actually, there are two big things that really help increase speed, and there are two ways to increase speed. Are by increasing your stride frequency, which is the number of times your feet turn over while you are sprinting, and also stride length. Now, stride length, typically people think during stride length you need to reach out further in front of your body, but that's not the case at all. When you're trying to increase your stride length, or you have a longer stride length, it's not about that reaching. It's more about being able to apply more force to the ground, and because you are applying more force to the ground, you're able to cover more distance per stride. It is not reaching out further in front of you. If you do reach out in front of you, typically that's going to slow you down. That's a braking force. We don't want that. We want to try to avoid any braking forces possible. Okay, so a couple things. When we're sprinting, we need to really focus on body position. Depending on where we are in the sprint, that's going to depend a lot on our body position. I like to break speed down into a 40-yard dash because it's really easy to separate different parts of a 40-yard dash and really break it down. When we're talking body positioning, once we come out of our 40-yard dash, we want to try to get to 45 degrees and try to maintain 45 degrees as long as possible. When I'm saying 45 degrees, that means I want your entire body straight from head to toe. I don't want the hips back. I want the body straight. I want the hips up underneath. Now, throughout a 40-yard dash, you're going to progressively come up. Okay? When I am teaching speed, I am telling people to keep everything straight from head to toe, including their eyes. Body fit typically follows your eyes. So if you look up, you're going to stand up. We want to try to maintain this 45 degrees, look 3 yards in front of us. That's typically my cue for that. Look 3 yards in front, and then progressively look up as you're progressively coming up throughout a 40-yard dash. So we really need to focus on that body positioning, keeping the hips underneath and not letting the butt sit back. We don't want the butt to sit back because you then lose range of motion. Once you lose range of motion in your legs, you're losing force into the ground. More range of motion in front of the body equals more force into the ground. So we need to make sure that we're maintaining that hip alignment. Another big thing with sprinting is the movement of your legs. Your legs, depending on where you are in your sprint, if you're at 45 degrees, should be more of a punch and drive back, but there's still going to be some recovery of the heel. So we want to think about the heel coming up to our butt as quick as possible and not reaching out in front of our body. Okay, again, reaching is a braking force, so we want to make sure we're driving up in front. Okay, now that recovery, we want to think about the heels coming up to the butt, toes stay dorsiflexed, so toes stay up towards your shins. We don't want the toes plantar flexed. Plantar flexed means you're pointing the toes out. Typically, you plantar flex your toes, you're reaching out in front. Reaching out in front, that's a braking force. So we want to maintain dorsiflexion with the toes. We want to punch our knees up, recover our heels quick, and then drive back behind the body. When we're at that 45 degrees, if I'm standing behind you, I should barely be able to see the bottom of your shoe. So we're recovering those heels quick, knees up, drive back down through the ground. Now, if we're in max velocity, we're standing straight up, it's a little bit different. The motion's still kind of the same, but we want to think about making a D. We want to try to tuck our heels up to our butt, pick our knees up in front of our body, and then snap our foot underneath our hip. Okay, and we want to be on the balls of our feet the entire time. We never want to land flat-footed. We never want to heel strike. Okay, those are braking forces. That's just going to slow you down. Stay in the balls of the feet, snap through the ground quick, recover the heel as fast as you possibly can. During max velocity, you are going to be able to see the bottom of the foot, but we don't want to reach far back behind us. The further we reach behind our body, the less range of motion we're going to have in front of the body. Less range of motion in front of the body equals less force into the ground. So we want more force or more range of motion in front of our body so we can apply more force to the ground. Now another big thing, our arms. Okay, starting with our hands, we want to keep our hands relaxed. I tell my athletes to either keep them straight or pointer finger to thumb. We never want to clench our fists. As soon as we clench our fists, as soon as we tighten up top, we start to lose range of motion in our legs, we slow down. So we want to be able to maintain that speed. Arms, legs, everything should be going straight forward, straight back. We don't want side-to-side deviation. The fastest way from point A to point B is a straight line. So any side-to-side movement is just going to slow you down. With your legs, we want to make sure we're coming straight up, straight down. We're not stepping side to side here either. If you're applying force in opposite directions, you're going to step side to side. We want force applied straight back behind us, either underneath our hip or behind us, depending on where we are in our sprint. So we need to make sure we're applying that force in the proper direction, we're keeping everything straight, and we're keeping our body relaxed. Right, so that's a little bit of information on speed. I hope this finds you well. I hope it helps you a little bit. I'm also going to post a Stack.com article that I wrote and they published on the website that's going to help you out also with some drills that really help. Again, if you need anything that pertains to sports performance or even fitness training for adults, please feel free to contact me. You can contact me through email here. You can contact me on my cell phone, 734-545-1600, or you can reach out to me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. All right. Thank you guys, and I hope you all appreciate this, and I hope it helps you out. Have a great day. Thanks.